evening, TOA family. What's going on? Eric Huber here, product specialist with TOA Electronics, and your host to the weekly podcast, Sound Supply. Happy Monday. Welcome in. Hope you guys had a great weekend. All you football fans, football is back. Fall is coming, even though it's like 90 outside still. I don't get it, but it's okay, because we're here to talk about commercial AV. We got a good one. Keeping the flow with the office design solutions, and how we can benefit from today's technology, and what information we can gain. More importantly, from our colleagues, from our employees, from our customers. All important stuff. But before we get into that, guys, we have a webinar coming up. Make sure you're signed up for those, or that, excuse me. And it's going to be in this flow. We got a couple guys coming on. It's going to be exciting. And as always, every single week, Sound Supply, every single Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Come back from work, sit down, relax, have a cup of coffee or some tea, and enjoy what we discuss via commercial AV every single week. All right. Let's pull up today's article and today's discussion. And that's going to be the office of the future. What is that? I'm sure you guys have many visions of what that might be. And it's kind of kickstarted the idea of, what needs to be changed based on what happened, over the last year or two. Everything was kind of like flatlined, right? Before what went down. And now it's like, we've discovered new ideas on how to work more efficiently. And not only does it benefit your employees or the people in your offices or your customers that you're integrating for in terms of morale, flexibility, things that boost people's mindsets. Instead of this routine of coming to the office every single day, doing the same thing over and over again, you know what that might result in. Right. So, as bad as the world situation was, or currently still is, now it's like this seesaw thing, but we got some benefits out of it. And I love when things like this happen. Well, obviously this was a negative situation, but just think of any event and people start thinking and using their minds and coming together, really. This brought us together as an industry and really kickstarted product development and how we can collaborate. And everything just flew, right? Whether that be software, hardware, whatever that might be, things changed, and they changed for the better. All right. So we have a couple tips, and this is going to be based on all you integrators out there that are integrating for office type scenarios, corporate environments, and we're going to use the word hybrid environment. So if you have clientele that are working hybrid still, there's a lot more than you might think that still haven't gone back full time to the office. Now maybe they never will, and that's something you need to understand, because their entire system of working is now either hybrid or remote. It wasn't like, it wasn't like what it was before. So these are questions you need to ask your customers or your colleagues or your employers or employees so you guys can succeed out there. All right, so you want to start off by establishing a baseline. And basically what you want to do is look for people within the industry or within your company or your clientele that have succeeded in this hybrid environment. Why is that important? Well, because they're doing something that you're really not sure about that's improving efficiency, that's improving numbers, could be sales, could be client retention, many good things. You're going to want to identify those people, and you're going to want to ask them questions. What are they doing? What are they doing differently? What has changed? What do you enjoy about the current work environment? What are you using? What are you using software-wise? What are you using hardware-wise? What do you need? What do you think we need? I mean, the list goes on and on. Ask questions, you'll get answers, and you'll have solutions. So use those people within the industries. And if you're integrating, and you're talking to a purchaser or a manager of some sort, ask them, what clients or what employees have shined during this whole thing? What are they doing differently? Figure it out. Number 2. This is going back to now understanding the change and asking more questions, but that's auditing your current systems design for the corporate environment, right? Figure out what was previously installed, what was previously placed in there, and what needs to change based on how your customer is currently working with others and their clientele. You want to understand, how the hybrid solution works, and we're going to use the word hybrid a lot because I think that is the one that's a bit tricky, where you guys as integrators can benefit as well, as opposed to a 100% home solution or a 100% in the office solution. And you want to understand what solutions, because a lot of these companies just dove into it and they started using different pieces of software and different hardware. And again, going back to the first point, point out those or grab those employees that are succeeding and figure out what they're doing. What are they doing? What needs to change? How, what else do they need to succeed? Because you're not going to know. You're not going to know. There's so many different tools out there that can help a business shine during these times. For us, it's our Conference IO solutions. Perfect for hybrid environments. Sound great, look great, deliver professional type presentations and collaborations. You want to make sure these people are, situated to the best of their ability, because, it makes you look good. It builds trust. It builds confidence. The list goes on and on. You want to be as professional as possible. Number 3, what have we learned? Again, these are all tying into each other. What have we learned about remote work? We here at TOA discovered that, wow, we could do a lot from anywhere in the world. Literally. And that is huge, because it opens up flexibility. It improves the workforce. It boosts morale. I feel like we've become so much more comfortable in working anywhere, and that's a beautiful thing. So even as a business where before this happened, maybe businesses were timid by sending people home, maybe people would lax off, but in theory, from my perspective, it brought us closer together. And we here at TOA are very passionate about what we do. And we love our customers, we love our products, and that just shined out. And management saw that, and they're like, wow, this could work, and it did work. And we're building off that. So you want to, again, ask questions, figure out what's working, figure out what's not working, and how you guys can help. But there's always something better on the horizon as to what they're currently doing. Like they can always benefit from something else. So make sure you're obviously asking as many questions as you can, so you can understand, how they're working and how they can succeed. Another big one, and I kind of pointed this out, in the last one, how we came together, is you want to focus on collaboration. You want to make sure teams are working as teams from anywhere in the world. And that was a big concern going into it. We're all spread apart, this and that. But in reality, with the software solutions that we're currently using, it's so much easier to reach out to somebody and make a contact, as opposed to, maybe a phone call, maybe getting up from your desk and walking to maybe another floor, maybe another building. Who knows? It could be anything. You want to make sure that idea of collaboration, we use that word in our Meeting IO series, the collaboration, the coming together from anywhere. You want to focus on that team building, that team environment, and going into the wellness of the employees, how they're feeling, what's working, what's not working, what we can do to help and benefit you going forward. These are all things that are just pros. They're complete pros to even building more efficiency down the road. And thirdly, on this collaboration focus is flexibility. I mentioned flexibility. the understanding of, how teams can work either within the office or from the hybrid location. If it's in the office, you're going to want to make sure that spaces are set up for that quick meeting, that drop meeting. Boom, boom, plug in one cable, you're good to go. Those are a big deal. If it's from home, obviously you want to make sure that person is set up where, if they're using one device, you want to make sure that device is completely universal when it comes to working in the office and working from home. The list goes on and on. But the idea here when it comes to flexibility is simplicity. You don't want to add pieces of hardware if you don't have to. Maybe I feel like the one device option is great, whether that be a laptop, a tablet, your phone, whatever, and take advantage of the software out there. These software solutions are amazing. And also, a trend that I'm seeing and that I currently love is cloud type solutions, or working in the cloud, where you don't have to have a localized machine to run a piece of software. You can pull up a web browser and run anything you want depending on that solution. If a company is using a localized solution where the software needs to be physically installed on a machine, see if that software company offers a cloud solution. They probably do. Most software providers are working in that direction. The big names, obviously, but keep your eyes out in the cloud because that is the future, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I can just open up a browser and run anything I want. I absolutely love it. All right, last but not least, remote managed systems. So this could go into, let me give you guys an example with our A800D series, where we heavily thought about the integrator and how they can work on a piece of hardware from anywhere in the world. And that's based on a local area network and a connection to the web, and boom, you're in. You can see anything, you could do anything, you're good to go. What does that do? Well, it saves you time, it saves you money, and it's quick. It's very quick. You can offer a solution without visiting the site, adjust something, fix something, whatever that may be. We do it every day here at TOA when we remote into systems and we help integrators out. It's just so easy to be able to see everything remotely and get into it and understand what they actually need. As integrators, you guys might be doing perhaps video type solutions where you're walking around a building, or they're walking around a building, they're showing you visually. It saves time and money. It's safer, right, with what's going on. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's so many benefits. So embrace the technology. When you're designing solutions, make sure you're able to access these systems remotely. As a maintainer, as an integrator, and not only that, but your customer knowing that, hey, if something goes down, my technician, my integrator can get into the system like this, it'll be fixed same day, maybe within an hour. It's insane. Make sure you have those tools integrated. If you look at our lineup, we're going into the network direction with our mixer amps, with our IP solutions. We have the new IP horn that just came out. The list goes on and on. But everything that we release going down the road is going to be focused on remote access and how you can manage these systems completely and entirely from anywhere. It's a beautiful thing. All right, guys, that's all I got. Couple quick tips. I want you to keep those in your mind because that's where we're going, and it's only going to benefit you guys and, of course, more importantly, your customers. One other quick thing, guys. Remember, as I mentioned previously, webinar coming up. Make sure you're signed up. And podcast every single Monday, 8 o'clock. I'll be here. Thanks for joining us, guys. Enjoy your Monday evening. Enjoy Monday Night Football if you're watching that, whatever that may be. And have a good night. We'll see you next week. Take care.